Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. OMG, started from the bottom, now we're here. Oh my goodness, we're at the season finale of Insecure season 3. So tonight's finale episode, so I've watched it twice. I told you guys I always watch twice because I need to watch it for my own self because I love the show. And then I have to rewatch. I have to watch again so that I can take notes so that we can talk about what's going on. Okay. So the first time I watched it, I gotta say, there was something missing for me. And part of that was because I watched it on my DVR. My TV, my cable went off for a second. And it came back. So I had missed a few key things, okay? Anyway, I got my notes here. Let's get into season 3, episode 8 of Insecure. It's called Ghost Like. And I'm going to talk about this ghosting, which is a new word, a new term that I learned this episode. I've been ghosted, y'all. I was ghosted. I'm going to tell y'all all about it. But let's get into this episode. So, Issa is trying to get sponsors for her block party because she's trying to press on, push forward, and do her block party. So everybody that she encounters, she's going to different businesses, trying to get sponsors, trying to get partners to help her fund or provide food and different things for her block party. And she's coming up against a brick wall. Everybody she's going up to is like, burnt, burnt, burnt. No, we're not helping you. And she feels kind of discouraged. Like, I really wanted to do this, but it's not working out the way that I wanted to. So she gets turned down so many times. She gets so many no's. She decides to go ahead and quit. And I'm like, Issa, come on, girl. I thought this was going to be it. Like, I thought this was it for us. So she is meeting up with Molly for lunch, and Molly was cute in this scene. Molly had on a cute little short set with a jacket. It was silver. It was so flipping cute. She was giving us all legs. Okay, come on, Yvonne Orgy. Yes, she got that new bae, that new football player, chocolate handsome bae. I see you, Molly. I see you, Yvonne. So Molly's complaining about her job, and after she beat Torian out for his own case, she's complaining about how she, for lack of a better term, she shot her shot at work, but it got her blacklisted with the rest of the attorneys in her office. And it's so crazy that she went from feeling insignificant at the firm where she was of the minority. Now she's of the majority, and she's still not where she wants to be. Although she's successful and she knocked this presentation out of the park, she's still missing a little element that she wants in her career. So she's telling Issa, I really knocked that presentation out, and now Torian is not feeling my vibe because, yeah, you stepped all over his toes. One thing about men is, now, I understand Molly's desire to be the best person she can be. She wants to show that, look, I can hold my own as a lawyer here at this practice. Later on in the episode, she talks about how she just doesn't want to be an associate. She wants to be a partner. So I definitely understand going for your goals as far as your career is concerned and being driven. But men, we got to call it what it is. Men, sometimes you got to stroke their ego. One of my good friends always tells me, you gotta stroke their ego. So not that you're not going to sit back and not let your star shine, but you gotta stroke their ego, okay? She did not stroke Torian's ego. She came right in like, boom, I'm knocking this out the park, and I'm taking what's mine. I see both sides of it. It's a sticky situation. So Issa suggests that she apologize to Torian, try to talk to him, get him to see where she was coming from, maybe take him out for a bite to eat, And Molly says that she will. So Issa's birthday is coming up, and Molly tells her she has a surprise for her. So next we see Lawrence sitting in a cafe with his dad. His dad's in town, and he's happy to catch up with his dad. And so his father asks him, how are you? How's Issa? So he's like, Issa's fine. And his dad asks him, are you two over with each other? And he was like, we're definitely over. He tells his dad that he's dating. And that, his desire is for him to have a woman with no baggage. Lawrence, like, is that realistic? Like, everyone has baggage. I have never been in a relationship, in my adult life, and in a full-fledged adult relationship, and one of us didn't have baggage. Everybody has baggage. It's so unrealistic to feel like you can get into a relationship and not have baggage, because we all have a past. Everyone has a past. Everybody has their own stuff. And not to say that we need to continually let you unpack your baggage, because that's not going to fly in a functioning relationship, but everybody has baggage. And Lawrence's father tells him that. Everybody has baggage, and I think Lawrence made a reference like, I want a relationship like you and mom. And he's like, you think your mother didn't have baggage? Oh, we both had the matching set of luggage when we came. So, Lawrence's father, look, he gave me some good advice. His father said, you gotta make your happy ending. That shit just doesn't happen. And it doesn't. You gotta create your own happiness. You have got to see the forest for the trees. Like, you gotta be able to see that bigger picture. And sometimes you gotta create that for yourself. That was a gem. Writers for Insecure, I thank you for that one. I definitely needed that. I needed that this week. Real talk. That is why I love this show so much. And I think that, I realized I love this show so much because I can relate to the characters. I can. Maybe not in my 40-year-old life, but I can relate to the characters in my 30-year-old life. And I can take some things from the show, some lessons. I definitely can. That's why I vibe with this show so much. So back at Molly's job, Molly gets the news that she was selected to partner up with Torian for this big case that Torian, again, was the lead for. So now they're together. And Torian is pissed, okay? He is not here for Molly. So Molly is like, yes. On the inside, you could tell she's like, yes. Because when they told her, you're going to co-chair with Torian, she was like, I am? Me? Oh, word? So Torian is like, yes, I am. It's good to have an aggressive lawyer like Molly. That was shade. You see that? Oh, wait, pause. He said, I am happy to have an aggressive woman or aggressive lawyer like Molly on my team. Oh, I don't like it when people call us aggressive. That situation happened to me at work where I was in a situation and someone said they felt threatened. Threatened how? Threatened why? Like, when people say that to me and I know I'm not being overly aggressive, sometimes I feel like because of my strong personality or because sometimes I can be outspoken, people don't like that. And so they look at that as a threat. And then physically, there's this stereotype of the large black woman. Oh, she's threatening. Now, Molly is not. I'm talking about myself. Oh, she's threatening. So I feel, I don't feel safe. That theme, we got to stop that. So we have to stop calling people aggressive when, yes, Torian, Molly took your shine, and perhaps she was a little strong in her presence. But that word aggressive, ooh, I don't like that. But anyway, that's how Torian felt about Molly. Okay? So, Issa is on the job hunt. And I'm happy for Issa that she quit We Got Y'all. But now she really, really wants a job where she can be fulfilled and fuel her passion. So she goes to this company. I forgot, something on the beat. I forgot what it's called. But it has to do with music. And she interviews. And it seems like the guy who interviewed her really liked her. And so he tells her, you know, I'm going to have to see if we have money in the budget to go ahead and, you know, offer you this position. So we'll let you know. So, you know, I wonder if we'll see next season that she's working with them. I don't know. But I can definitely relate to wanting a job where you feel like you can fuel your passion. There is nothing more discouraging than going to work every day to a job where it's just like humdrum. Oh, I'm not feeling this. It's just the same repetitive, monotonous thing. All right. Back to Insecure. Let me stay on task. So Molly goes to Issa's and she picks her up. Well, before she picks her up, she's sitting in the car and she is texting Issa like, your birthday chariot awaits. And guess who done came back? Yup, you guessed it. Nathan, old hazel eye, green eye, gray eye, whatever color his eyes are. Nathan then came back with a whole vase of flowers. Pitiful looking self. So Nathan pops up. Molly jumps out the car like, oh no, homeboy, what you doing here? So he was like, what you mean? I'm here to see Issa. So she's like, does Issa know you're here? And he was like, well, no, I thought I'd surprise her. I got flowers and candy and all this stuff. And Molly is like, pause. You get the green light. No, no, and no. She was like, it's her birthday. She don't want no drama. You, sir, can go. So he looks at her like he wants to give her a little resistance. But yeah, Molly was serving him all kinds of black girl magic, all kinds of, you're not gonna mess up my friend's birthday magic, all kinds of, where you been for a month, what we doing, right? And I think she asked him that. She's like, you been gone for a month, no text, no call, and then you're gonna show up with flowers? No, sir. So he said, oh, all right, and he leaves. And then they go. So Molly takes a blindfolded Issa to this location, and Issa is being goofy as ever. She looks really cute. Her hair was not as childish. She had that whole crown braid going on. She was really cute for her birthday, and it's her 30th birthday. And so they go to a graveyard for a movie. That's kind of creepy. I don't know how I would feel about that, but they go to see The Last Dragon, which apparently is one of Issa's favorite movies. And of course, who do they run into? Because LA is small. It's not. But they all seem to run into each other all the time. So it's Lawrence. He's there and he's going to meet up with his homeboy Chad and another guy. And so Issa and Molly meet up with Kelly, who is dressed like Show Enough. Kelly is so Kelly is so crazy. She's always so loud, so belligerent, so drunk. Oh, I don't see how Kelly keeps a job. Like, she's either drunk or having sex or something in between the two. Gosh, Kelly is a mess, but she's definitely the comedic relief. I love, I think her name is Natasha Rothwell, who plays Kelly. I love her. So, you know, they're there. They're staking out their spot. And they are having fun. And so we pan to Lawrence and Chad. And so Chad, we find out, has found Jesus last week or the week before last, and now he's gone back to his fiance. Imagine that. So Lawrence is like, what? You found God and it took you back to your fiance? And Chad is like, look, I don't have time to be out here in these streets trying to do a whole nother relationship thing when I already know my kind of crazy and her kind of crazy. And then he mentions she gives bomb head. Chad gets on my nerves. I told y'all about these light-skinned dudes. I'm sorry to have to say it again, but it's true. So, because Chad says, Lord says, how did she take you back? He said, well, I did a thing. She forgave me, and we're moving on. So matter-of-factly. Really, Chad? He's another one that brings comic relief, but I could never date a Chad. I could never date him. Never. Never in a million years. So, the movie is FUBU, For Us, By Us. And, the young lady who Lawrence and Issa met her at Kelly's baby shower. So it has put this whole amazing event together. It's really dope. It's really black. It's really everything. So they are enjoying the movie. So Molly goes up to get snacks and she runs into cute little Jared. Remember Jared from season 1? So in season 1, Molly dated this guy, Jared. Jared had one encounter with a man in his college years. And so Molly stopped dating him because she felt like he didn't know if he wanted to be with women or men because he had that one encounter. And he explained to her, this is back in season 1, that he had this one encounter. It did not make him gay. That was that. Molly, in her instincts, she didn't believe him. So she runs into him and she's like, hey, how are you? He's like, I'm good. So another gentleman walks up with some snacks like, hey, I'm going back to the blanket. And she gets so uncomfortable. Like, okay, so now he's with a dude again. And she just runs off. We later find out the dude was his brother. And so she goes back and she tells Issa, I knew it. My instincts were right. He was here with a dude, his boyfriend, a very cute guy, by the way. And she was like, I knew it. I just knew it. So in this moment, Lawrence comes up to Issa because after he talks to Chad and Chad has gotten back with his fiance, Lawrence starts thinking, maybe I jumped the gun with counting Issa out. Maybe now that we've had some time apart, this is what I imagine he's thinking. Maybe since we've had some time apart, we can go ahead and regroup. So he buys her some Raisinets and he goes up to her and he gives her the Raisinets, which is very cute because he knows that she likes them. And it's her birthday and he's like, happy birthday. And she, they have conversation. But then he asks her, how's the block party going? And she says, well, I was finding difficulty getting funders and partnerships and sponsorship. And I just decided to let it go. Just because it was just too hard. And then she went back into the whiny Issa, the part of her that I don't really care for, because I think Issa has such passion for the things that she loves, but she doesn't want to work hard for them. Like, she doesn't want to go that extra mile to do the things that she desires to do for herself. And oftentimes as women, we do that. Like, we will go hard. I mean hard for somebody else, but for the things that we want for ourselves, we don't always give ourselves that same tenacity, that same work. We don't. I've seen it time and time again. I've been that woman. I've been her. So, that kind of, I feel like, turns Lawrence off, where he's like, yeah, maybe I need to leave that alone. And so he leaves. And, so Molly, when the movie is over, they've had a great time. Molly runs into Jared again because once again, LA is so small. It's so not. But anyway, she sees that Jared is there with his brother on a double date both of them have female dates with them, and Molly has got egg all over her face like, oh, I see the resemblance now. So Molly, I'm sorry, after that, Issa goes up to the event planner, and she says to her, this was a great event. How did you pull it off? You know, I've been trying to do something like this and it's just hard. And the girl kind of finishes her sentence like, yeah, it's hard. She told her, you're going to get a lot of no's before you get yeses. Another thing that's true. Sometimes there are things that we want to do. We are like, I want to do this. I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But the moment that we get a lot of no's, we retreat. Like, forget it. All right, I'm not going to do it because, again, it's too hard. You got to work for the things that you want. So, you know, I think Issa is inspired by this young lady. I can't remember what her name is. I think maybe Taylor. I'm not sure. But Issa, I think she feels inspired by her. And later on, we see that they are working together to help Issa get her block party off the ground. And so, later on, Molly and Issa are, I believe they're at Issa's house. And Issa tells Molly, I'm going to go ahead with my block party idea. And Molly is like, really? I thought you said forget that. Like earlier you said you weren't going to do it. So Issa was like, yeah, but I thought about it and now I want to do it. Like it's something I'm really passionate about. And Molly is like whatever, girl. I mean, just find yourself a regular job. Like, give all your hopes and dreams up is basically what she told her. And Issa was like, but why? Like, this is what I want to do. And again, sometimes the only person who is going to see your vision is you. The only person you need to have your vision fulfilled is you, because nobody else knows your vision but you. But you and the creator, those are the only people who know your vision. And so I have been in a situation fairly recently where there are things that I want to do with my business, and I don't always get the support from the people who I feel like should support me. Now, hear me when I say those are the people I feel like should support me. They're not the people who are always going to support you. Like your friends and your family, to a certain extent, they will support you. But I have just found in my own personal journey that your friends and family don't always understand what you're trying to do. And it's okay. And I'm not saying that for everyone, but sometimes your friends and family, I think they just feel like, oh, this is her hobby. She's not really serious about this. Nah, so when people will treat your business like a hobby. And so I know how that feels. I do. I told you guys, I resonate so much with this show. So Molly is like, look, my instincts are good. And Issa said the same instincts that had you thinking your gay boyfriend who's not gay was gay. And he wasn't. And Molly is like, whatever. I just threw you a bomb birthday. And I did bomb nigga control for you. So Issa was like, what you mean? She was like, Nathan showed up here before we left on your birthday. And I sent him away. So Issa was like, what? Like, why would you not tell me that? And I don't know how I would feel. Like if my best friend knew there was somebody that I was really feeling and he disappeared, and I probably would have shared that with my best friend. Like, girl, what? Why didn't he call? Like, what's going on? I would definitely call my girlfriend and vent about that. But I don't know how I would feel if he showed up to my crib and she was like, you gotta go, nigga be gone. No. I don't think I would like that. Like, I feel like I want the choice to be able to, yeah, make that decision for myself. Ooh, no, like, I understand from the girlfriend standpoint where she was coming from. Ooh, but that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know how I would feel about that. I'm just saying. I understand that she was trying to protect her girl, but I don't know if I would have just been like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. So Issa, she's understandably a little upset, but she goes into telling Molly, I don't just cancel people left and right like you do. Because we know that Molly will just be like, oh, I'm not feeling you no more. And that's the end of that. Like, she's on to the next one. So Issa says, I don't do that. And so Molly, it's like, what you mean? Like, I was just trying to help you. So Issa was like, no, like, your behavior recently has been foul. Just like you stepped over that guy at work, just like she treated Andrew like crap. Like, you doing the most, Molly. And I'm glad somebody finally told her that. She told her, you really have some negative behavior lately. And so Molly was just sitting there like, in her feelings. She was in her feelings, but I think that it gave her some time to reflect on her behavior, because ever since the situation with her and Dro was out of her control, because Molly's a control freak. Like, she really has to control the situation. Ever since she lost control with that situation, she's just been a loose cannon to try to prove her worth. So the next day, Molly is at work, and she tries to talk to Torian like, hey, how are we going to divide up the work? And he lets her know under no uncertain terms, you're going to do this on your own. I'm not even going to help you. I'm going on to another project. You wanted it, you can have it. And she was like, well, who's going to be my co-counsel? And he's like, you can go to the partners and tell them you got it, because you do. You wanted it, you got it. And then she really sees that she is on an island by herself at work, because now Torian is going to work with those women who were going to embrace Molly, and she blew them off to work with Torian. And now Torian is working with them. So, yeah. She said, oh, okay, I see how this is. She's on the island by herself in the black firm where she wanted to be, where she felt like she would be more accepted. Didn't pan out for you too well, boo. So, Issa meets up with, I want to say her name is Taylor, but we'll call her the event planner. So Issa meets up with her. She's going to help Issa make her project fantastic. And they look like they have a great partnership going forward. So Issa goes home, and what does she find? The flowers that Nathan bought her for her birthday. So then we see Molly calling Asian Bay. And Asian Bay was looking good. He had all his hair tossed back. He was sitting back like, yeah, what's up? I've never really looked at an Asian man to be attractive, except for there's one actor, I don't know his name, but yeah, in general, I have not found Asian men to be attractive. But Asian Bay, he was good looking, and he had great body in his hair. I loved it. So Molly calls, and she tells him, I've been out of pocket. I've been out of pocket. My behavior has sucked, and basically, I'm sorry. And initially, when she calls, he's kind of frigid and is like, what you want? And he softens up as she apologized, and she gave him a genuine apology. I was proud of Molly in that moment. So, she told him her last relationship left her jaded. And I think it was kind of cathartic for her to even say that out loud. Because remember, she wasn't even able to tell her therapist that. So this was a win for you, Molly. You got one point in the column for this whole season. Because Molly, you've been off the chain, girl. You let Dro get under your skin. Okay? So Um, we see Lawrence at the bar, and guess who his date is? Issa's new best friend. No, Lawrence is dating the event planner. What kind of cosmic collision in the universe is this? That again, LA is this small that this is the girl he's going out on a date with? They do make a cute couple, but how's that all gonna work out next season when Issa finds out this girl is dating her ex? Girl, that was the tiny little cliffhanger, because all along I'm looking at this episode like this is really not a season finale. What's the big gimme gotcha? That one gotcha, okay? So we get to what we've been waiting for. Where is Nathan? So Nathan finally shows up after he's apparently been gone for a whole month. No call, no show. Nathan ghosted Issa, and this is what I was telling y'all. I was ghosted too. That recently happened to me. I was dealing with someone. We got mad history. We had been going strong for a while. I mean, a while. No indication of any problems in the relationship. And he ghosted me. Just like Nathan did Issa. So I know how she feels. Even though she's a fictional character, I know exactly how that feels. So he comes in with this sob story about how he went back to Houston. So me and you vibing, you tell me, and I'm talking Issa, not me. You tell me you really like me, and then you up and leave, and I don't hear from you again. Man, that's the stuff, okay? That's the stuff that if I were still in my 20s, that would make me bust the windows out your car. Like, sir, communication is vital. You feeling away, all you have to do is pick up the phone and say, listen, I'm going through some things. I know we started this new situationship, but I need a moment. And when I get over my moment, I'm going to reach out to you. You know, just give me some time. Like, that's all you have to do is say, just give me some time. And Nathan did not do that. He didn't handle the situation like an adult. He ran off because he was in his feelings, or because he was dealing with some emotional, some personal things. We all deal with emotional, personal things, but it doesn't give you the right to just dip off like that, okay? And he really wanted Issa to, you know, just overlook that, because he's like, you know, I'm hoping that we can reconvene where we were, because I'm here now. I'm here for good. Well, I was proud of my girl Issa. She did exactly what she should have done as a 30-year-old adult. Nathan, your urgency to leave because you were going through an emotional period in your life does not give me the warm fuzzies about taking you back. And so she left him standing out there, and he was looking really dumbfounded. She went in, she put on some music, and she began to clear her space, clear her mind, and focus on her. And I was so proud of Issa in that moment, because we saw her go from unsettled at her job at the beginning of the season and feeling like she didn't have a voice there, to meeting Nathan. And I think Nathan made her feel something that was fresh and new, which was good for her, that she was able to at least get that from this interaction with Nathan. And, you know, she was able to see some new things and able to start speaking for herself. She learned to be herself. She learned what it means to just be yourself. Love yourself and know that everything that you need, you already have it. And no one on the outside can give that to you. So kudos to the writers, the actors, and everyone who contributed to season 3 of Insecure. I really, really enjoyed this season. It brought a lot. It started out maybe a little bit slow in the beginning, but it gave us a lot. It gave us a lot to talk about. It gave me a lot to talk about. Gave us lots to think about, and I really, really, really enjoyed the season. So that's it. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. We're done with this one. And I really, really enjoyed reviewing or recapping Insecure. I thank you guys for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Please come back. Of course, I'm going to review season 4. That won't be until next summer, I'm sure. I will find out what I can add to the lineup in terms of reviewing TV shows. Again, I love doing this, but oh girl, it's like another job, honey. Taking these notes and all this, but you know, it's really good dialogue. So I thank you guys for watching. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Please come back for the next video, whatever that may be. I thank you guys, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.